All right, back to this thing where it doesn't say, I don't know who the Facebook user is. I don't know what to tell you to do. I was hoping that this would, I paid a lot of money. I didn't realize this shit was going to cost that much. Well, I'm doing okay. Facebook user, Jordan. See, I don't, why does it not say Jordan? I don't know. It's Jordan, everybody. All right. There's supposed to be a link where you can go to some website and tell it to figure out your name or give it permissions or something, but I don't know what it is. I hope it's nothing on my end that's messed up, because I have spent a lot of time trying to make sure that everything is working. It's just so frustrating. So I was getting kind of frustrated also with YouTube being so slow for me. So I was like, all right, well, I'll figure out a way to. No. I know who you are, but what I'm saying is the Facebook user, you have to like give StreamYard permission to put your name in there so that everybody else can see it. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if it's something on my end. Oh, well, no, see, Cameron's works. What's up, Cameron? So Cameron's works. So that just kind of lets me know that maybe I'm not the at fault party for this, Jordan. It's you, man. You're the one messed up. So I'm hoping that we should be able to finish this today. I mean, like now for this session, we should be able to finish this. There's Austin, and I guess Jordan again, because it says Facebook user. Yeah, this one's on StreamYard. I used to use StreamYard when I was trying to do other things, and then I stopped using it, and I was like, well, this is a giant waste of money if I'm not going to use it. So I canceled my StreamYard account. Well, you can't cancel. I didn't renew when it was time to renew, and then it just faded away. And now I'm like, I was trying to build an interface similar to this. I was trying to build that inside of OBS, but I was trying to do it on this, 2002 Surface Pro that doesn't have the most updated version of anything, and it can't have stuff. It says it's maybe a privacy setting. Why the fuck are you not clicking that, man? Come on, fucking click. See, I think this Surface is also so slow to make that. I paid for the version of show that would allow for 1080. Oh, whoops. That would allow 1080 resolution to be broadcast, because if I'm going to do artwork, I want it to have it be the best it can be. And I don't think that this Surface Pro is really built for allowing streaming at at 1080, going through the server or whatever it is. Like, I imagine my guy's going to have some problems. So I'm hoping that it's not real choppy. Post the fucking link in the stream. I don't know what it is, homie. I was just lucky to get the stream working. Like, I had to make sure that the backdrop was, the names and the logos and shit like that. So I did not prioritize your experience. I'm sorry. Selfish of me. So yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. I think it'll be really fun. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to have fun, right? So I guess now that we're on the StreamYard, I can invite people to be on there, like visually, like on there with me. I think last time I did that, when I opened up the streams, like, I would get people that just didn't have anything to say. Like, hey, Bryan, yeah, my mom's doing this. And I'm like, do you have something to say? Do you want to talk about art? Do you want to talk about movies? Like, so, and I'm trying to be a nice guy. I don't want to be the asshole that says, hey, bro, I'm going to need you to go if you don't have anything. Like, yeah, I don't know what to do, man. I think part of my problem is, like, I try to ensure that so many people are happy that I forget that I'll compromise what I'm doing to make sure that, they're going to be okay. Like, so in that instance, that the one time that I remember that happening is, thank you, Cameron. The one time that I remember that happening was, instead of just, being an asshole to the guy or whatever, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just end the stream. I need to go walk the dog or whatever. So I cut the stream short simply because I didn't know how to tell the other person, hey, man, like, say, like, shit or get off the pot. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? So that was my experience into just bringing randos on the stream. But I'd like to have that. I mean, that was like the real reason I started doing the podcast stuff, was so I could just interact and talk with people. And the podcast stuff kind of died. I gave it a year. But yeah, we should be able to finish this pretty soon. Like, I really just have to do the other chainsaw coming out of the... And I was able to add some background music. So I hate watching, like, if I'm not talking, like, it gets really, like, I can't have y'all listening to Little John right now, or else I'll get popped off. That's not the link that, all right, I'll give you whatever link this is. Let me see. It says, click here to learn more. All right, well, that is some cross-platform stuff. So that's what that is. So you can watch this on YouTube, Twitch, and other places. I think it doesn't give me You can't post comments to some destinations. Click here. And then it just pulls up a list of where I can't post comments to. Having issues? Yeah, I'm really not going to be able to figure this out right now. But I know that there's a thing that you have to give your Facebook permission to use it, StreamYard app, and have it accessed. Because also when I comment on people's streams, it doesn't let them see. I'm a Facebook user. And I clicked all the buttons and stuff, and I'm still a Facebook user. So I never could figure it out for myself. So I doubt I'm going to be able to figure it out for someone else when I can't do it for myself. So I paid for this subscription. It's the only reason you guys can see me is because I paid for this shit. Like, I'm guaranteed you pay $500, they'll remember your name, and you can post shit too for $500. You too can be a StreamYard celebrity, right? So yeah, Jordan, I don't have any answers, brother. All right, so I think this is, we just have to hit that blood real quick, and then we're done with this section, and then we can focus on the rest of this. I still don't know how I would like this colored. I don't know if I would like it to be that painterly color like I did art from the Terrifier, or if I'd like the Demir style where it's comic book style. I don't know what I would want. I don't know which will fit the piece best, you know, like what's going to stand out amongst all of the Chainsaw Man art that you see in Artist Alley. Which one is going to stand out? What style of Chainsaw Man is going to make people stop in Artist Alley and say, oh shit, I've been waiting for that? I mean, the art is the art. Not too much you can do about that. All right, so this is the sleeve that's rolled up. This is the forearm. This is blood coming from him chainsaw. Oh, by the way, so anyone coming? This was my rough draft. This is where we started. Yep, me too. Because you don't. What? I don't. If I throw the link in here, all it's going to do, it's going to invite you to come on the show, and that's not what I'm trying to do right now. I don't think that's the link you want. See if I, instructions for guest. I'll take the time out to do this. Maybe it's fucking, I'm asking a lot of this Surface from 2002. It does not, yeah, man. I already don't read well, so I ain't fucking messing with it. On the post, and no, it don't. Clan McDonald does. Well, shit, who are you telling? Like, this motherfucker's telling me what I should, what, hey, no, it's what it does. All right, motherfucker. He's so damn bossy. All right, look at this. I'm going to put this right here. And then even if you try to join, I'm not going to do it. So there. There, look at that. I posted the link, but I'm not letting anybody in. So I don't know what that's supposed to do. Fucking Clan McDonald. Whatever. I'm done. Time to listen to some Ludacris. These pens don't last very long, and I bought a whole bunch of these. Sadler. No, I cannot see you now, Tyler. Told you it's not that easy. So these don't seem to be as dark, or the pigment doesn't seem to be as dark as the microns. The microns appear to be darker. And so here's the micron 1, right? And then here is the Stadler. See, it starts off really black, but then it goes really, it's almost a little translucent. I don't know. You guys might not be able to see it. I don't know. But I'm a stickler. Like I really don't like the fact that my blacks don't match, because this India ink and this water-based ink from here don't have, one of them dries blacker than the other one, and you can see where you leave off. So that frustrates me, because I want it all to be the same and uniform. But so that's just me. See, I got all flustered. Tyler got me all flustered. Now I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so this is his hand, so I need to remember that. And so that's blood. All right, that's a blood splurt. Hey, there's Kevin asking who I'm talking to. I am talking to Facebook user, but it's Tyler, but not quite sure how to tell him for permission. Kevin is asking how I've been doing. I'm doing pretty good. Dude, I tell you, I know how frustrating this is, Tyler, because I still have yet to figure it out on anyone else's streams. Anyone else that streams on using StreamYard, Bryan is always Facebook user, and I've tried every link that everybody's ever sent me to. I tried watching the how-to videos and make sure you do this videos. But I'm wondering now, because I just paid for my subscription to StreamYard. So now I wonder, now that I've paid, if StreamYard will make sure that people see my name when I log on. John Whiteley in the house. All right, so this is the chainsaw. That's half the chainsaw. This is the other half on the other side. So we need to make sure that we put like a couple of these so we know that. See, I had it done wrong. I thought the chainsaws sat on the surface of his forearm like this, but it turns out they come out the middle of his arm. They split his arm in half. So that I had to make an on the fly adjustment. All right, so this is his hand right here. Now you guys let me know if you can hear these little farts that I'm doing. If I make it through on camera, you let me know and I'll stop doing them. I'm a comedian too, by the way. In case you didn't know, I'm a pretty sought after comedian. My comedic genius is yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. I just know that I have not figured out the secret recipe either. So this right here is where his, like, the sleeves are rolled up and pushed back on his forearm. It's not a whole big deal. Like this will probably get cropped out of most stuff, but then there's, yeah, you just do that. People will understand what's going on. So then like the forearm muscle, probably comes up through here. And then his little, like that. Maybe some stuff like that going on. Captain P. West, I've always loved the design of this character, but know nothing about the world. All right, so I don't know anything either. I know that I see a lot of people at conventions cosplaying as Chainsaw Man, and I said if I'm going to do anything anime, I need to like that thing looks like I could get into it. So I googled the Chainsaw Man. I use the Micron brush pen. I love it. Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Micron brush pen. But so I googled Chainsaw Man to try to get a better understanding of like what it is. Like it's a guy in a suit and tie, and he transforms into this guy. It's a demon because he used to have some sort of like stuffed animal that had a chainsaw face, and now he's got one. But whatever. I just thought it would be fun. I thought if there's ever an anime thing that like fits and just feels right for me, this would be the one. So I was like, let's give this a shot. We're just going to cut you off. I said, this will be the one, and this will be black, so I don't have to worry about that. And I was like, well, let's do it. I really want to. Oh, I guess now this has to change too because this is facing up. Huh. So since I have caused myself to mess up by not knowing where his chainsaws are, the actual I need to give it depth by making the chainsaw wide here. So this will give the chainsaw a little bit of depth, right? And then that'll let us know that we're looking at the top of it. But then I have to draw where these things may come out. And I have to be mindful that I already have ink. So I guess something like this. And then come down here. Feels like another one. Like if I'm going based on like how far apart I put those guys, it seems like there might be another one like right around in here. So I need to do that. So that feels like what I'm going to have to do. But I normally would have done that stuff in the software so I could get here and not have to worry about things. But here we are worrying about things. So I take my kneaded eraser, I lighten this up a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to have to go through and put in that first line. Excuse me. All right. So if any of you, excuse me, if any of you artists ever go to Artist Alley and stuff, you'll get those people that come up to you and say, "Oh man, you drew this? I can't even draw a straight line." And I'm like, "I can't draw a straight line either." Like that's for me, like that's hard drawing a straight line. But they use it like a unit of measure as if that would be the definition of good is being able to draw a straight line. There he is. Russ, tell everybody what the name of your hero is. Like it's super hyperactive nano suit, man. I know it's something crazy. Like it's just so many badass things put together. Nanite Explorer, badass guy. I can't even draw a stick figure. Well, I'm glad you're comparing my shit to stick figures there. Lady, please move it along if you're not going to buy something. How about that, lady? So that kind of, hopefully we'll dress this up enough so that it won't look, there it is, Xeno Nanite Titan. Dude, if you can fit any more badass, like, prefixes or, I don't even know what the right fucking thing is, but any more descriptors, if you could fit any more badass descriptors than Xeno Nanite Titan, like that is just, well, thank you, Facebook user. So now we've got the, oh, we need to do this side. I almost did the wrong side. So now what we're doing is we're adding a thickness to the back side of this so that it reads as, oh shit, well, we didn't leave ourselves too much room. And I have to suspend some disbelief on this motherfucker here. Shit. Maybe all the blood will just get everybody so riled up to be like, oh my God, I can't see. Thank you, Russ. All right, these are pretty cool. If anyone's not onto these, I found out these from the artist that does Star Trek for IDW. We were doing a session like at a bar or whatever, and I saw him using one of these. I was like, holy shit, man, what is that thing you're using? Because it's pretty opaque. Not completely opaque, but it does. So when I scan this in, there's enough there to where I can mess with the contrast and get white out of it. And you could really come in and cut some details in, and then just like really just add some real cool stuff into your black line art. Or much like I do most of the time, you can use it to cover up mistakes. And as long as the area is pretty complicated or got a lot of going on, you should be able to cover your mistake up really well. So if anything that can cover up a mistake, I'm going to learn how to use that tool. Yeah. Like I tell people, like it's all a mistake. It's just I'm so good at camouflaging my mistakes. That's where the skill comes in. The skill is being able to camouflage the mistakes, not making them. Making them look like they're done on purpose or whatever. That's the true skill, is just disguising your shortcomings. I'm super happy to see more artists sharing their time with the fans. Well, I appreciate, like, I wish I could do more. Like, part of the thing for me was I couldn't afford to do the StreamYard thing. You know, I was doing the divorce stuff. I was doing all this other stuff. I don't make much money. Like, I've done my bill. Like, I've added up my money for the year. And dude, I've only made like $10,000 the whole year. And this is my only job. So don't ask me how things are working, because they're not. The work is dried up. Like no one's really doing variant covers anymore. I have my ideas on what may have led to that. But if nobody's getting variant covers anymore, I got to find me a new way to try to do things. And I haven't figured that out yet. I'm still in the process of figuring out what I can do to move on, because it doesn't appear like people are dying to have a Bryan SilverbaX cover for like big projects. You know what I'm saying? Like no one's coming and knocking on my door to do a Turtles project, or no one's like, oh shit, man, we're gonna try to get you a Venom, or we're gonna try to like get you a Swamp Thing or whatever. Like I don't know. It just seems weird because some of the ones that do end up getting those opportunities, I'm like, wow, I think I'm at the same level as that person's skill set, or close enough to be considered. And nobody's knocking on my door. And what happens is, like the retailers that have made it through, like they've done the variant cover game and outlasted everyone else. So most of the other ones have all faded away, the ones that were playing and seeing if they could get into it. Well, the ones that have stuck around, they already have like their favorites and their go-tos, and the ones that, you know, were there when they were building. And so those retailers aren't giving up, you know, they're going to be like, we're going to stick with the guy that got us here, or the girl, or whatever the case may be. And I'm not on that list. So I understand it. It's just, for me, it's unfortunate that I didn't land on a team that was going to make it through the variant wars. And then that way I could still have a home outside of the variant game. Oh, Scott says, awesome Chainsaw Man. Thank you, Scott. Let's see. Facebook user says it's the retailers are losing their asses on all the artists putting out shit art. Dude, I'm not going there, but yes, a lot of people lost it. Like the reason the collectors don't give a shit about variant covers anymore is because there was no quality control from Image, mainly Image, because they allowed the most variant covers. Image would let anybody with a crayon do a variant cover as long as they bought the 3,000 print run or whatever, you know, 500 print run or whatever. And so all the collectors were like, well, dude, all these variant covers, you know, half of them look like doo-doo. So I'm just going to start buying the A and B cover and not worrying about the variants. And then when the variant stops selling, then variant artists fade away. And it's because of it. Some of it is on Image and some of it is on the retailers, because the retailers should be able to look at their friend's artwork and say, dude, you just don't have it. I mean, you're good and everything, but I can't move these. But they didn't do that. So there was no quality control, and that's what led to, in my opinion anyway, that's what led to the collectors not giving a shit about variant covers. And then that puts me out of work. Let's see. Andre, they oversaturated the market with variants. Yes, they did. But with your talent, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I was hoping for the same thing. We'll see what happens. But I don't have much time left on the clock before I have to throw in the towel, you know. You're at the same level, man. Don't let it get you down. It's hard to being a creator now. So there's so much stuff out there, and it's hard to be seen. I get it. Yeah. I'm hoping that Tampon Man launch tomorrow does well. I don't know if people are wanting a superhero tampon or not. Agreed, variants are way too much nowadays. Do they really need 5,000 variants of the 3 Joker series and 4? Yeah, well, at least that's a title someone's heard of. Like, part of it was, for me, was people got greedy. So Store X does variant covers for Department of Truth or whatever. You should be happy as Store X to just kind of make your money back and almost break, do a little bit better than breaking even. But knowing that there's 500 copies of your book out there with your logo and people are trading it and people are wanting it, the only way that happens is if you price it at or slightly above whatever the regular price is of the book. The second you start saying that every one of your variant covers is $20 or every one of your variant covers is $50, the collector starts saying, well, fuck that. I'm not going to get it. And so if the stores would just be like, you know what, I don't need to make a mint. So I don't know what their problem is. Either they want to hold on to all those ones that didn't sell. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I can't find a reasonable explanation as to why you would price a variant cover that you got 500 copies of at $20 and sell 200 of them instead of selling them at $8 and then selling all 500 of them. Like, what? Like, I just don't understand. It doesn't. I'd rather have people make my books or have my books. I don't understand. But then again, if I knew things, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. Have you ever thought of trying to get into dude, I'm not the guy for that. I don't have the time, the patience, or the ability. Like, my mind doesn't do that. I'm just not built for that. Let's see. Facebook user says, because of inflation and the people having a harder time paying their bills, the extra stuff takes the back seat, and the overpriced variants. Give me a minute. I'm going to change things up for a bit. I'm guessing. All right. Let's see. What does this person say? Facebook, amazing cover art sells books. All right. Well, then I don't make amazing cover art then. Aren't you doing stuff for Scout Comp? No. No. So I'm using my 5 because the further I get away, like for me, when I do something like this, is where the people's eye is going to go. This is where I need to make sure the detail and the precision lives here. And then, like, the further I get away from that, I start using my 1, wherever it is. I start using my 1 less and less. Well, that's not even a 1. Where the fuck is the 1? I don't know, but I start using my 1 even less, so much that it just disappears off my desk, and I don't know where it went. That's how little I use it, because it just disappears off my desk. So the further I get away from the detailed thing I want you to look at, the more relaxed I am with, like, trying to get those fine lines, and I relax my butthole a little bit. Plus, I don't know how to do big open areas like this. Like, I don't feel comfortable leaving them open, and I don't know what to do, and I'm just not good. Let's see, where did we stop? All right, we got like a thing that I can see where I stopped. Well, click, man. All right, this says, based on the math, 200 at 200 is the same as, I guess 200 at $20 is the same as 500 at $8, and the retailer has 300 left over. Exactly. You can't rationalize that out to me. I'd rather have 500 people with my books in their hands. When I do a Kickstarter, like, my books are $5. Most of the time, my books are $5 because I'd rather people have my books than to say, oh, my shit needs to be $20 because I'm fucking great. But then the collector makes more on the secondary market. The store makes 50 a pop. but the 4 people that buy them all up go on to resell them. Yeah, I think that does happen, but not in a lot of the cases. Maybe in some of them, like the Ninja Turtles and the bigger titles or the bigger artists, maybe, but not people at my level. Like, oh, Bryan SilverbaX, whatever. Like it's the people are buying a Bryan SilverbaX cover because the art is good, not because Bryan SilverbaX. It's like, oh my God, I've got to get the next Bryan SilverbaX cover. Like I see, Aaron Bartling and David Sanchez, like they do great work, and then like now people will buy their stuff just because they did it, and they're hoping that it's another, $1,000 comic. I'm not saying anything about the artwork. Maybe the artwork's not as good as the one or whatever, but I don't know. I know that no one is knocking down my door because I call myself Bryan SilverbaX. What's up, Steve? Damn, forgive me for not recognizing the little thumbnail there and the odd last name. Like, but I'm sure by the greeting that you threw up there, I'm probably supposed to know, and I apologize for not being there. Oh, so for the people that are watching, the goal is to do every Wednesday at 10:30. You can count on a live stream. Every Wednesday at 10:30, I will be going live. I'll be going live at other random times throughout the week and stuff like that. But the guarantee is that at 10:30 on Friday nights, you can count on, like, Brian's going to go live, like he's going to do it like that way. Because what was happening before is my I wasn't very consistent in putting stuff out there. So I'm trying to make it a point to at least, like, every Wednesday at 10:30, you can count on seeing me. And then everything else that you catch, like, during the week or whatever, that's just kind of like a bonus. Like, you got some extra content. "10:30 East Coast time." So my goal is to watch AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays, and that goes off at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then I will go take a dump and brush, walk the dog, grab my waters, and then come downstairs and start setting up. That way that I can go live at 10:30, and then hopefully that I'm thinking that I should be able to stream for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's the goal. And I'll do it just like this. Like, I'll be talking and drawing at the same time. The only difference will be is that my plan is to do a 9x12 drawing so that it'll all fit on the page. I'll do a 9x12 drawing, and whatever I've chosen to draw on that 9x12, like, we will finish it up in the broadcast. Like, I will finish the piece in the broadcast, and then at the end of the year, I will put together an art book that contains all 52 pieces that we did every Wednesday, and then all 52 pieces will be collected in an art book, and we'll sell some or whatever, and then people can have them. And that's what I want to do with the Wednesday things. So this is like the space in between the two metal plates on a chainsaw, the saw part, like this is where the whatever. I don't know my chainsaw anatomy, but whatever. I know that there's like this void in between the two plates where the chain runs through and stuff. So that's what this area right here is to represent. so that it's not just a flat plane. Right, so now that looks pretty cool. And we got the other side, and then matches this side, and then I think what I'm going to do also is I'm going to take some white, and I'm going to flick some white on here, much like, so if you can see that I did the black kind of splatties. So I did like some splatties just to kind of make it, add a little chaos to everything that's going on. So make that all like he's cutting into something and the blood's coming out. And then maybe we'll throw some white splatties on here as if there's saliva coming out. And then I'll throw some more black splatties like we did here, like because he's taking his hands and he's jamming them into something and causing the blood to come out. Like, so we're almost done. Like shit, we're so close to done, I can taste it. Let's see, Newton, yeah. Oh, that's an awesome plan, is what he says, referring to the collecting the Wednesdays up. As I listen to Little Dicky. So I'm trying to just remember how I did these up here and kind of make it feel similar. It's not a lot of thought going into it. It's just, as long as it doesn't feel fake. I don't have to put a lot of thought into it, but it can't feel like completely like arbitrary, like it is. And then we'll also like come in here once you mess with the line weights and stuff, that shit kind of starts to just not, it starts to just feel right. Like, oh, we're catching some shadows and some whatever else all up in there. Like, all right, cool. Feels like that's working. Yeah, see? And then all you got to do is put a couple of ridges on the teeth. There. There. So now we really have to just worry about this blade, and that is going to conclude. I guess this should be something. I don't know what that should be. I'm guessing that's just going to be where we sign it or something. Who knows? All right, so since we're getting to the end, this will be the part where you make comments or ask questions, because so the only thing I got left to do is I'm going to add a little bit of, I can't even draw a circle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my Tombow, and on some of these, we're going to add, like, away from the light source, we're going to add a little bit of line weight, kind of like almost like it's casting a little bit of shadow in some places. Like to me, that just adds like that's the kind of shit that amateurs wouldn't do. So if you want to set yourself aside, stand out is to just pop little line weights on stuff like that. Some people don't even know how to use line weights properly. And I'm not saying that I do, but I know that when I do this, it feels right and it looks like I did it right. So and then maybe a little couple of them will be not a whole lot, because these are supposed to be like maybe they're there, maybe they're not, maybe they're dried up. But the more line variation that you put, the more interesting your piece will become. Like for me anyway, shit, I don't know anything. Whatever. What's up, Josh? All right, so I am going to try to cover that. I really don't need to. Shit, I guess we're just good. Well, I kind of don't want that. So we'll leave that there. See what happens. I really don't want too much up there. If I make it long enough to publish my next book, I plan on having you do a piece for it. I think you'd be badass at the job. Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't do spacesuits. Like there's plenty of people that do spacesuits way better than me, but I'm more than willing to try. And if you have any monsters or creaturey things, that may work best. We'll see. You let me know. I'm not going anywhere. And I wish you all the luck. All right, so I'm dipping into some India ink. Remember, this is what we used right here. So we'll just come over here. And we're just adding chaos. Just adding a little bit of chaos to our line art. And that's pretty much all we're gonna do. So that's cool. That's what we're gonna do with that. And then I've recently acquired a toothbrush. So now we're gonna do the same thing, but with the white stuff. I think, let's see. Not sure if, oh, it's all dried up from last time. Here, let's put some rubbing alcohol on it. Get it all lubed up. All right. I guess I'm gonna have to take better care of my tools. All right, where did I get the white from though? Oh, here. This is what I used. So I took a little bit of, I guess I should shake it up. Now let's see if that's any good. So a little bit of toothpaste there. And we'll. It didn't quite give us, it gave us a little bit of spray, but I was hoping for some bigger blobs. So maybe we need to go a little harder in the paint. Oh shit, that might be too much. That's a little too much toothpaste. See, it'll add a little bit of chaos to everything we have. I think that's all we're going to do. And I'm going to come back over here and I'll put some more hand sanitizer in there. But that's what we're going to do. And oh shit, I'm just flicking myself in the face with paint. All right, so now that we've done that, we take this. So this is finished. But the thing is, my drawing table has shit all over it, probably from all the spraying. So I take some gel hand sanitizer, we do like that. And then we just try to do this every so often so that we don't get fingerprints, because you know how Bryan likes his fingerprints. If anyone owns Bryan SilverbaX original, I'll try to find a hidden fingerprint. It's like trying to find the spiders on the old villain, Spider-Man, the hidden spiders. It's like trying to find the fingerprint from Silverbacks. All right, so there we go. See if I can start right here. There's the chainsaw coming in. Boom. Oh shit, you know what I couldn't do? The reason I was doing YouTube is because I was saving these so I could make a time-lapse video, and now I'm not going to be able to do that. So if anyone's interested, just know, or you know someone, like for $500, they can have this piece of paper. Bam. Otherwise, it'll just sit here, and I'll price myself out of the market. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, James. James again. And Russ. And Josh. So thank you, guys. So every Wednesday at 10:30, we're going to do some live stuff, hopefully. So so what I talked about earlier is not going to start until January. So I'm just trying to get people conditioned. So we're going to do it every Wednesday, and then Monday or January, that's when it's going to start with the whatever, you know, all the stuff. Thank you, my friend. All right, Kevin. All right, so you guys be good. I don't know. I didn't quite put like a outro thing out or whatever. So thank you, guys. And I will just do this. Let's see what happens. Stay creative. Be good people.